Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. So today is Monday, September 30th and I am reading Fool's Errand. I actually already read a bit of it today. I read already around 90 pages of it and I'm on page 195 and not a lot is happening. These are very slow moving books, but I'm enjoying it. I'm actually really enjoying it more than I was expecting to. I'm having a great time and my goal was not to read this whole book this week for sure, and it still isn't, but I'm liking it more than I expected, so I might read it faster than I was anticipating. And then I want to start a horror book, which is this one, Winterstead Hollow, which I do need to read for a video, but also it's gonna be October tomorrow, so perfect time for horror books. And then I'm a little confused because I was thinking of reading An Evil Mind, which is the 6th book in the Robert Hunter series, which is a mystery thriller series that I have been reading, and this is the next one. And I was thinking of reading this, but then I realized that the audiobook is not available right now. It's only available on the 19th of October or something. So I usually read them with the audiobook, so I don't know if I'm gonna read it without the audiobook. But also afterwards I open the book and here in the back it has an author's note that says that this one is based on real things that happened in real life in the time that the author worked as a criminal psychologist. So that definitely piqued my interest, so maybe I will read it. But then also I remembered that I said I was gonna read The Mercy of God in the beginning of October because the novella that comes after this book comes out tomorrow on October 1st. So maybe I'll read this. I don't know. I am very confused. I have a lot of books that I want to read and not enough time to read them because this week I have a presentation tomorrow and I have an exam on Friday. So there's that, that's happening. That's things that I need to prepare for, and I am not anywhere near prepared. Not at all. Not even a little bit. So yeah, I do need to go prepare my presentation. My slides are done of the PowerPoint. It's a group presentation, but I haven't yet practiced what I'm gonna say. I haven't even tried to present once. So I probably should go do that. I only have to speak for 2.5 to 3 minutes because it's a group of 4 and we have 10 minutes. So it's not much, but I do need to know what I'm gonna say, and I do need to know what everyone is gonna say, because I do need to know the whole thing. So I do need to read the paper with attention. So I'm gonna do that. So I don't think I'm gonna be reading anymore today, probably. And yeah, these might be my reading plans. I mean, I'm not gonna read all these books. I will read one of these. I just don't know which one. But probably it will be The Mercy of Gods, because I really want to read this book. I'm very excited for it. So yeah, I think I will probably read this, and I might wait for the audiobook of this one to be available because I do really like the audiobooks. So yeah. Anyway, I think that is enough of me talking for this intro, and welcome to the vlog. Hello, it is Tuesday. Do I have reading updates? Not really. Also, it's really fucking dark. Hold on a second. I think that's better. So, it's Tuesday. Do I have reading updates? Not really, not much. I'm this much into the book. Page 242. I was on 195, I think. So, less than 50 pages. Not much to update, but I do plan on reading more tonight. But I just want to talk about what happened today in my presentations, because it was the most chaotic class experience I've ever had. we, like, first of all, it was supposed to start at 5 and like go from 5 to 7. But the professor earlier today sent an email saying that, like, if you can, come at 4:30 because there are 7 groups and it will take longer than 2 hours. To which my thought was, math isn't mathing, because we were 7 groups that supposedly had to present for 10 minutes each. So that's 70 minutes. Plus the questions, let's give it like the 2 hours. So what did we need the extra half hour for? But then I understood. And honestly, it's 7:49 now, and actually some of the groups might still be there because it was taking so long that the professors were like, after you present, if you want to leave, you can. And he didn't need to tell me twice. And like, we got there, and we got there half an hour earlier, and well, the room where we were going to have the presentations wasn't available half an hour earlier. So that was fun. So we had to look for another room. We went to the 5th floor. We were on the first, we went to the 5th floor, and like, some of us were waiting for the elevator, and like the professor walked and he was like, don't wait for the elevator, you're not gonna fit in there, let's go up the stairs. And my colleague and I were like, no thank you. So we waited for the elevator, but most people did actually go up the 5 flights of stairs. So there was that. But yeah, we got to the other room. The first group started presenting, and then I don't know if he was in the first group or if he was in the second. One of the groups, like the computer of like that room stopped working mid-presentation. So that was super fun. And then one of my colleagues, like, she had a laptop, so they started using her laptop to present. But then I think it was when the third group was presenting, like, her laptop was running out of battery, like it showed the message, and then it actually did run out of battery. So they had to bring another laptop of another student. And that was something. With all of that, like, we lost so much time. And I was the 4th group, by the way. And also, like I said, we had 10 minutes to present, and people were taking like 30 minutes. Yeah. And also, like, in the first group, the professors asked like a lot of questions and it took very long, plus the 30 minutes that they took to present, plus all the time with like changing rooms and like changing laptops and changing everything. It was supposed to end at 7, and I was the 4th group, like I said, and like my group finished at 6:30, and there were still 3 other groups. So if every group took 30 minutes, we didn't, just FYI, we didn't take 30 minutes. And yeah, like, if everyone took 30 minutes, it would take like an hour and a half more than like after us. So that would be 8. And it's 7:52. So they might still be there, which is absolutely insane. But yeah, that was an experience. And yeah, I think it went well, the presentation. So yay, that's done. Now I need to study for the exam that's on Friday. And yeah, that's all I had to say, because like, not a lot has happened in this book. Like, the character has gotten to where he was going, or like where he learned that he had to go when I finished reading. And I will explain the book better when I do like my next update, because I don't have much to say. And like, he's been reuniting with some people and getting back to the place that he used to be, like, see what changed and what didn't, because there's like, it's been years. And yeah, I'm still really enjoying it, and I do want to keep reading, either keep reading this book or start reading the horror one. But I do want to read this book. Like, I'm very in the mood to read this book, even though it was not supposed to be my main focus. But oh well, it is what it is. I also do need to study, so that is unfortunate. But I will talk to you at some point. I don't know, tomorrow, Thursday, we'll see. Thursday. Well, we have 7 more minutes of Thursday, and I have a bunch of reading updates, and actually I have like 3 books to talk about, but only one of them I have finished. One I barely started. So I finished Fool's Errand, and I don't think I even like said what this book is about, even though I can't really say much of what this book is about without spoiling the previous series in the series. I mean, not the previous one, the first one. Because like we're following the same main character of the first trilogy in this like big series, and I don't really want to spoil like what happened to him or like what happened in general in that series. But yeah, this is fantasy. This is the first book in the Tawny Man trilogy, and we are following the same main character as we were following in the first trilogy, which I don't remember the name of. I mean, I know that the book was like Assassin's Apprentice, Assassin's Quest. I don't know. Assassin something, but I don't remember the name of the series. Wait, but now I'm gonna need to know. I'm not gonna be able to rest while I don't know. Assassin's Apprentice. Farseer trilogy. Okay, that does make sense. Farseer is like the name of the ruling family of where like that character is from, basically. And yeah, we are following the same main character, and the same main character is Fitz, and like he was, at first he was like a kid when that series started, but like he ended up already being, an adult, and now he is older. Like years have passed, we learned like what he was up to while those years were passing, and then like he reunited with some characters from that trilogy as well, and he had to, go back into all of the trouble that he was in the first trilogy, because main characters can never have peace. So he's an example. Like he cannot catch a break. This guy, like his life is an absolute mess. But yeah, this is, these books, they are slow paced, very slow paced, and I usually like more fast paced books. But I do like really love the characters and the magic and the world and the plot. So I still do really, really like these books. And honestly, I like this one more than I expected, even though it was very slow. Maybe because like I already love the characters and I already like was kind of established in the world. And like it was really nice to reconnect with the characters and like see what they had been up to and just be with them again. And I really, really liked it. Like there was a section in the middle that I was like, ready for it to pick up the pace a little bit. But other than that, like I really enjoyed it. And there was like a really sad thing that happened in this book. And like I expected it from like maybe half of the book, after the half of the book, because it was hinted at, and maybe even before the halfway point. But it was really sad nonetheless, and it honestly, like, it broke my heart. It was really, really, really sad. But yeah, I really, really liked the book, and I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna rate it yet, but it's definitely gonna be a high rating because I loved it. And there will be like a video for it in like a month, because I was gonna read this book slowly, The goal was to read like a few chapters here and there, read it slowly, because the video for it is only gonna be out in the beginning of November. But like since I'm gonna post the videos for the 3 books like in consecutive weeks, and these are like chunky books. This is the least chunky of the series, I think. So like I wanted to start early, but I didn't think I was gonna finish the book this fast. So now it's gonna be out in a month, I guess. And I will surely have enough time to think of what I'm gonna rate it. But yeah, I guess I was just really in the mood for this kind of story and had a great time. And then I started Winterset Hollow yesterday, I think. And I finished this today, by the way. I had like very little left, but like I was not ready for the sad thing to happen, so I didn't finish it yesterday. So finished it today and suffered with it. But yesterday I did start Winterset Hollow. I got to 32% today. yesterday I read like just a little bit, I think like 10% or something. And we are following 3 characters. And one of them is called John, who is the main character, I guess. And this is supposed to be horror. For now, nothing really horror-like has happened. So far, it's more like fantasy. But I'm guessing horror things are going to start happening. I think I kind of know the direction it's going, but I'm not entirely sure. Also because I didn't read the synopsis. I just went into it. Like, I didn't even know what this was about. But basically, John, he has like a favorite book that's called Winter's Head Hollow. And in that book, there's like magical bunny, magical rabbit, and other like magical creatures, I guess. And he and 2 of his friends, they travel to where like supposedly the story takes place. And there's like a whole group visiting. And then they find the house where the author lived. And they also find like the bunny itself that like talks. And there's like a bunch of animals that talk and like act as humans, kind of. And that's kind of what happened. Like, that's what's happening so far. There was like one of the animals that was like not in the house that like kind of warned him to go away. And that's what's happening. I'm not loving it. I'm confused, which might be why I'm not loving it, because I don't really know what's gonna happen. Like, I think I know what the direction is going into, because there was also like a weird cryptic conversation between some of the animals, but like I think I know what they mean. So like I think I kind of know, but maybe I don't. And I'm not loving it. I'm kind of bored. I'm not really into it. So I decided to stop for a little bit, not DNFing, just pausing, at least for tonight. And I started what I have really been wanting to start, which is The Mercy of Gods. I literally just started and read a little bit before filming, because it's really late and I still need to revise things for my exam tomorrow. So I only got to page 32. But like, my exam tomorrow is molecular biology. And what were they talking about in this book? Molecular biology, because we're following some scientists. And literally on page 13, they were talking about DNA and ribosomes, and I wrote, I don't need this the night before my exam. But then, a few pages later, like, they were describing DNA in such like a funny, beautiful way. They said, humans showed up in the fossil record with incredibly dense helical coils of lightly associated bases, strung like beads on a necklace of phosphates. And I wrote on the margin, that's the best description of DNA I've ever read. I'm gonna use it on my exam tomorrow. So I guess maybe the world is trying to tell me that I should be studying instead of reading. But like, you know, I'd rather be reading something other than what I need to know for the exam. And I mean, the book has it, you know? And yeah, I've only read 32 pages, but I'm already really liking it. Like, it's obviously not the world of The Expanse, but the writing is obviously very similar because it's the same authors, and I'm, you know, already transported into this world. I am already really liking it. And like I said, we are following a group of scientists, and like, science fiction, I don't understand space kind of sci-fi, as in like when it comes to like space travel or anything like really space related. I don't understand like physics. I'm not good at physics. I don't understand physics. But molecular biology, I get it. It's like what I work in. And they were talking about like some of like part of their work and how they're like combining kind of like 2 different types of life. And like, I get it. I mean, obviously I don't get it because it's not real science that actually exists, but like, I get the concept of like how it could work, you know? So I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Also, we know, obviously I just started, I don't know enough of what's happening, but we know that there's like the Carricks, who are like, it says part Empire, part Hive on the back, and they have like been waging wars of conquest for centuries, destroying or enslaving species across the galaxy in its conflict with an ancient and deathless enemy. And in this initial part, it says like part 1 before, and it's talking about the Carricks, and the last line, and like it's about the Carricks, and I guess someone from the Carricks wrote it. And like the last line says, "We did not see the adversary for what he was, and we brought him into our home." Yeah, I'm excited. I know that like the main character, like they're gonna attack the planet that the humans are on, which is not Earth. And by the way, like no one really knows how humans got there. The planet is called Engine, and yeah, people don't know really how humans got there. Like they have hypotheses, but they don't know for sure. But they're gonna like get there and conquest, enslaving, all of that, the humans, and they're gonna like abduct scientists. And the main character is called Daphid or Daphid, not entirely sure. It says here, Daphid is poised to become humanity's champion and its betrayer. So yeah, very excited, already loving it. I really want to keep reading, but I should just, finish revising everything because it's midnight and the exam is tomorrow. So, I mean, it's tomorrow at 5. So, like, I still have time to, like, I will still revise things tomorrow before the exam, but I want to kind of go over things one more time before going to bed tonight. But yes, that's it for my reading. And I do plan on getting back into Winterset Hollow tomorrow, probably, because I do need to read it for 2 videos. So, I mean, one of them is like specifically this book, the other is just horror books in general, but since I was going to read this one anyway, I was just like, why not? So, yeah. And also, 2 other things, or like 3 other things. One of them, I found out that a book that I really like that I read last year, which is called Mickey 7, is going to have like a movie adaptation that is called Mickey 17, which at first I was like, is it actually the same thing? Is it the same thing? But like it is. And I watched the trailer and it looks questionable. Like I guess I want to watch it because I did really like the book, but it definitely looks questionable. Also, the main character, Mickey, he's played by Robert Pattinson, and it's definitely not how I pictured Mickey when I was reading. So, I mean, I don't know exactly how I pictured him, but he was definitely not Robert Pattinson. So there's that. And yeah, another thing. I read the books of the Crown, I don't know, of Neaxia series last year, I think. This year, I don't even know, honestly. I read them, and I really liked the first book and the novella, but I really didn't like the second book, so I decided to, like, stop, not read more in the series. But recently, I mean, not that recently, it has been a while, but I never remember to talk about it. I found out that the next book is actually going to be following Mish, and Mish is a character that I really love in that series. So like now I kind of want to read it, but I really didn't like the second book. So like, do I read it? Do I not read it? I am so confused and conflicted. And I mean, there are probably also going to be 2 books about her, maybe. So I would have to read 2 more books. So I guess like maybe I will read that next one. And if I don't like it, I will actually stop. But maybe it will be just like it was with the first ones. And like I will like this one and then not like the other. I mean, I don't even know if there are going to be 2 books about her. That's just me saying things. And the third thing is that my friend and I are gonna go out on Saturday. And, we had already like decided our outfits and everything, but it's gonna be raining. And our outfits are not really for the rain. And I feel like in, our typical fashion, we're just gonna stay home. I mean, she says, no, we won't. And I'm like, of course we won't. But we might. So there's that. I think that is everything I had to say. Let me check my notes because I wrote notes to make sure. Yeah, that's everything. Okay, so I will read the thing that I don't want to read, which is the stuff I need to know for the exam. Beautiful. I mean, I probably need to know more than what's here, but do I even know what's in here? Probably not. So there's that. I'm gonna read that. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna read more of, hopefully, both of these. Realistically, I don't know. Also, this book kind of matches my t-shirt. Anyway, that doesn't matter at all. I yeah, I'm gonna shut up because I've been talking for 18 minutes and it's late as hell. So I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna do the things. I will probably talk to you on Saturday before I go out with my friends. I mean, she's gonna come here at like 5 because we wanna go to like my neighbor's cafe and then like, get ready and then leave. So I'll talk to you before she gets here, probably, if I have enough things to say. Hello, it is Saturday. I just finished filming my July, August, and September wrap up. I have been talking for so long, but I also wanted to come here and update you on what I've read. Honestly, it wasn't much. Like, sadly, I haven't made any progress in The Mercy of Gods, which is what I really wanted to be reading, but I had like so many things to do yesterday, and so I just like listened to the audiobook of Winter's Head Hollow and I just finished it, and I didn't really have time to like sit down and physically read. So sadly, I made no more progress in this, and I don't know if I will make any more progress in this soon because my friend is gonna be here in like an hour and a half maybe, and obviously I'm not gonna be reading while she's here, and tomorrow she's gonna be here for a good part of the day as well. So if I do make some progress in this, it will probably be just tomorrow night. But I did finish, like I said, Winter's Head Hollow, and sadly, I didn't like it. It didn't work for me. I was just bored. I was not, gripped by the story. I didn't really like the characters or connect to any of them, so I didn't really care, like, if anything was happening to them. Like, sadly, I think it's gonna be 2 stars. And like I said, I was reading that book for 2 videos, so that's just sad. That is just sad. But yeah, I also do, other than reading The Mercy of Gods, I also do want to keep reading more horror because it's October, like it's spooky season, and I also don't know if I'm gonna like this next one because I've seen very mixed reviews. I'm excited because I've been wanting to read this book for years, but I'm concerned because mixed reviews, and also like it's such a long book. It's such a long book, and that is Imaginary Friend. This is over 700 pages. I am gonna start this as well. Like, I still have a few things to do. Like, I need to kind of clean my house a little bit before my friend gets here. So I might just start the audiobook of this while I do that. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, these are the reading plans. And yeah, my friend and I are gonna, eat. I'm gonna go out, probably. Who knows? Because there's no sun today. I woke up at like 12 and there was no sun. So like if there's no sun at 12, there's no sun like at all in the day. And yeah, still no sun. Now it's like it's almost 4, I think. And yeah, no sun. It's not raining yet, but I think it's gonna rain. I think actually like it's gonna start showering at 8 and then just gonna keep showering throughout the night, which is, when we're supposed to leave the house. So that's super fun. But yeah, I don't think I have much to say this time. Oh, I did my exam. Yeah, that happened yesterday. I think it went okay. I wouldn't say like it was the best exam of my life, but it went okay, I think. We'll see when I get the grade. Also, I got an email that I have been waiting for months, for like since July, I think, because keeping in mind it's October, because I had sent 4 emails and I hadn't gotten a reply from like the thing that pays me, basically, because there's like a thing that I have to pay, but then they like pay me back, and I had sent 4 emails like, do you need any more documents for me to send? Like, is it okay? Do I need to send anything else to get my money back? Like, what's happening? And I had sent 4 emails and they weren't answering me, and I was like, oh my god, I don't want to call them because phone calls are not my thing. Like, no. I would rather, I was gonna say I would rather not get the money, but that is a lie. I do want the money. So like eventually, like if I sent them like 10 emails and they didn't answer, I guess eventually I would have to call them, but I didn't want to have to call them. But they did email me back yesterday, and they don't need anything else to pay me back, so they just will next month, which is great news. And yeah, I'm gonna clean up my house a little bit. It's actually pretty good right now because, like I said, I did a lot last night, but I do just need to finish some stuff up. And I think I'm gonna shower because I need to wash my hair because it is looking rough. Like back here, you can't see it, I can see it, but other people will see it, and I like will be out of the house. So I should wash my hair. When we come back, we're probably gonna watch The Winx. But for now, that is everything I think that I have to talk about, and I will be back on Monday to wrap this up. Hello, it is Monday and I am here to wrap up the vlog, and I have reading updates, but like not too much. I got to 16% of Imaginary Friend, and I also read a little bit of The Mercy of Gods. And Imaginary Friend I read on Saturday after I last talked to you, and I think I said this is a horror book, and we are following a boy named Christopher, and he in the beginning of the book moves with his mom, like they move to another town, and he starts hearing slash seeing someone in the woods that he starts talking to, and he actually goes missing in the woods for I think 6 days. And like I think he had dyslexia from what I've gathered that they said. I think he had dyslexia, and also he was like not good with numbers. But after like he reappeared, he could very easily read and write and do math, and he was also like really good at everything, and also like extremely lucky. So something happened to him while he was there, and he continues to talk to that entity that he saw in the woods, and that entity wants him to build something, and he also like recruits his friends. And we also had like a scene from the past with other characters that I'm assuming are like connected to whatever is in the woods, which is like the imaginary friend. I suppose he calls it like the nice man, because supposedly it was who saved him when he was lost in the woods. And yeah, like so far nothing crazy has happened, but definitely like a few creepy moments. And I actually really like Christopher, and I don't really like kids in general, but I find him like really cute, really adorable, really precious, and I actually really like him. So there's that. And yeah, like so far so good. I'm enjoying it. I'm not like obsessed with it yet, but I'm enjoying it. I'm definitely enjoying it. So then after I read this, my friend came over and she actually got me a book because like those things on Instagram that say like the first or the second or whatever person on your share list owes you something. So sometimes I send her this because she's usually the first person in my share list, and in that case it was the first person on your share list owes you a book. So like I took a screenshot and sent her that saying that you owe me a book, as a joke, as we do. And she was like, what book? And I was like, I don't know. And she was like, you have to tell me the book. I was like, Red Rising, because I want to start the series. And she appeared with a goddamn book on Saturday. Like, she must have been the first person to ever actually, do the thing of the Instagram posts. Like, she actually got me the book. I'm still in shock. Like, I love her. She is an icon. And so yeah, now I have a new book, and I do really want to read Red Rising, but I don't know when because I have so many books that I need to read. But I'm excited. I'm definitely very excited. And honestly, like, this is smaller than I expected. I don't know how many pages it is. It's 382. Oh my god, that is so much shorter than I expected. I expected like over 500 pages. And I know that like the other books in the series, like later in the series, are longer. Like, I'm pretty sure. I'm not gonna say I know because I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they are. But I also expected this one to already be like way longer. Okay, that's exciting. And yeah, we had dinner here because we were like, if we have dinner outside, we're gonna have to be like out for so many hours. So we had dinner here, and then we procrastinated until like after midnight to start getting ready, and then we left at 1, and we actually stayed out until 4, and then we came back, and instead of watching the Winx, we actually decided to catch up on like Marvel stuff because we are behind. And so we decided to watch What If season 2. And I mean, we watched the first episode on like at 4:30 or whatever it was, and then we watched the other 8 episodes on Sunday, like yesterday, after we woke up and like while we were having lunch and after we had lunch. We watched the whole season, and did we lose our minds? Absolutely. But I had a great time doing it. And I mean, honestly, like, it's always worse slash better, depends on the perspective, when we're watching it together, because like my chaotic energy and her chaotic energy and like Marvel's chaotic energy, like all of it together, we absolutely lose our minds. But it was fun. It was a great time. And yeah. And then last night, my laptop, like, suddenly, like, it turned off and it wouldn't turn on. And I, no joke, tried to turn it on like 15 times. I was gonna say 20, but 20 is probably too much, but like 15. Between 10 and 15 for sure. And like it would turn on, like the light would turn on, and then like it would show like the initial thing that it shows when it's turning on, but then it would just go black and just not move on from there. And I was like, I am screwed because like I need my laptop to work. I have like everything in there. And I was freaking out and I was really sad. So I didn't want to read. I was like, I'm just gonna exist. So I think I just like watched YouTube and played a game on my phone or something. But then I was like, okay, I'm gonna just read a little bit of The Mercy of Gods because like, I'm actually enjoying the book. So I read, but it was already so late. It was already like 1 a.m. or something. So I just read like 30 something pages and only got to page 70, which was the end of part 1. And I feel like now, like beginning in part 2, is where we're gonna get to like the thick of the plots with like the aliens and stuff, because they were like getting there at the end of part 1. And part 2 is called Catastrophe, so that definitely sounds like a fun time, and I'm still loving it. Still very curious to see where it's going. And yeah, I think that is everything that happened since I last talked to you. Oh, but my laptop is fine, by the way, I think, because this morning I was like gonna take it to like a store to try to fix it, but you know, I decided to like try to turn it on again. I turned it on and it's fine. Like I took it to work, it worked while it was there. I came back home and it's working still, so I think it's fine. I hope it is fine. It seems to be doing fine, so I'm just gonna ignore that happened and hope for the best. And yeah, that is everything. And to wrap up what I read, I finished Fool's Errand, I read Winter Set Hollow, and I started both The Mercy of Gods and Imaginary Friend, and I read 947 pages, which I'm very happy with, especially because this was quite the chaotic week. I had so much to do, and so yeah, I did not expect to actually read like this much, but yeah, I'm happy. I mean, I didn't love Winter Set Hollow, definitely didn't even really like it, but I did really like Fool's Errand, and I'm also really liking the 2 books that I'm reading right now. So all in all, I think it was positive, and also the amount of pages I read, also positive. So yeah, I think that is everything for this weekly reading vlog. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you have enjoyed it. And if you did, give it a like and subscribe, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!